Hey there everybody and welcome back to At the Dice School. So we are now in a pretty big fight with an ogre. Guys, have you rolled initiative?
Yep.
Perfect. Let's add our turn order. So this is basically how we're gonna use the battle mat. He's at the end of this quite big hallway. It's like, there we go. That's about it. Should be, yeah, it's good. Can everybody add their initiatives in the order? You should be seeing an order pop up right now with your characters inside.
Yes, indeed.
Perfect. Just adding your initiative.
So how do you, how do you do
that? You press on the 0.
Like, oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, you just press on the 0 and you add it there.
Yeah, you just click it and it works.
Oh, that's
so
great.
I'll go last, guys. Don't worry about it. I'll go ahead and.
Okay, yeah.
I don't have control.
You do that.
Character.
That is quite weird.
You're quite weird. What?
Ouch.
Okay, so let's see.
Careful.
Holdrek.
Sorry.
Let's try and get you. There we go. Andrews.
Makes me get up at 6 in the morning.
Try and check your character now.
There we go.
Perfect. So, what's your dexterity modifier, Emily and Holdrek?
I have +1.
I have a +3.
Okay, so Emily's gonna go first, then Holdrek, then the ogre. Emily, what do you do?
I have to check what this spell actually 100% does because I'm not sure. And I maybe can't use it in combat, so give me 1 second while I look.
I'll send you something that we use for spells.
Oh, is that like all the spells?
Yeah.
I'm, like,
Spell sheet. Oh yeah, that thing's amazing.
I'm like looking through the actual list alphabetically for
Yeah, no,
spells.
that's horrible. That's horrible.
Oh, this is awesome.
That is shit.
Okay, hang on. I'm almost there. I swear.
Control F. Control F. Control F. Use it.
Doing it!
Use it.
Where is the thing that I want? Oh my god, please. Okay.
Do the spell dance. Oh my god,
okay.
please give me the spell.
I know, right? Okay. Alright, so I am going to cast Suggestion on the ogre.
Okay, so you can cast Suggestion on the ogre. It is a simple one-line suggestion, and
Yeah, and if it's a reasonable suggestion, he has to follow.
yeah, it's a level 2 spell, and that's pretty powerful. So let's see how.
He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, let's see how that goes.
13.
Okay, he fails quite badly.
Sweet. Okay, awesome.
You're
So,
on point today.
yeah, spellcasts are real. So Emily is just going to say, please calm down and stand aside.
It looks like our faces got messed up on the stream. Zoom.
Oh, yes, thank you for pointing it out.
Right now, I'm Chris.
Yeah, that has happened because Chris has exited
my-
Zoom. Yeah, that happens.
It's an old Zoom thing that they never fixed. Actually, it didn't used to do that. When your camera cut out, the old Zoom would keep your position. It was like this update they did over a year ago.
Yeah, which is quite weird. Anyway, a fix there. And so you cast a spell to please calm down and stand aside. The creature just stops while running, and then like, and like goes to a side and starts goes to the side and starts like putting like a big fat finger up his nose.
Nice. Okay. Charming. Right. So is there another door in here, Chucky?
He spits down.
Is there another door?
I believe there was one up at the top of the stairs, right?
Yeah,
We had like
it's
two
also
staircases going up.
this is a concentration spell. You do know that you're keeping this spell because you cast the spell, friends went away. The creature is going to just standing there aside.
That's fine.
But you do know that breaking this spell would cause immediate. Like you would know that.
That's
he was
fine.
affected.
I'm concentrating. No, it says it lasts 8 hours.
Yeah, but you need to concentrate on it.
Okay, well I'm concentrating. There's nothing to stop me concentrating. So
There is not. So
Okay.
there is, as I said, 2 sets of stone kind of stairs going up, converging on the single point about 30 feet above ground, where there's another door.
And he's acting oblivious to us right now.
He's actually
Right.
oblivious.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Almost,
picking his nose in the corner.
you see like carvings on the back of the wall where the creature woke up.
Okay, I'm gonna head over to the carvings and
Yeah.
just try to examine them.
Emily is literally just standing by the stairs, like staring at the ogre.
Right, you're occupied right now, so we got to try to get out of here quick.
I got this, but
Yeah.
figure it out, guys.
Yeah.
If you could hurry, that'd be great.
So you see on the
Right.
wall carvings in a language you do not understand, but because of the high religion check that Obolus did recently, he does recognize one word: guardian. That's it.
All right. I'm like, all right. From what I can make out, it says guardian on the door. So I can only think that refers to our friend here, Mr. Ogre.
Okay, so maybe it's the door that he's guarding. Maybe we should check it out and see if that's gonna. I mean, that's obviously gonna be our way out, but
Yeah.
let's see if we can get out of here now, and and see if this thing's even open. So yeah, I'm gonna head up to the door, and I'm just gonna examine it.
So
See if I see
as you
anything
are
like-
close to the door, you see in it a slab, and it's on it. There are the carvings of 2 of the small stones you saw before, both with a straight line. And as you go near it, you see your stone slab glowing bright blue, and you see, all of you see another stone slab glowing on the ogre's necklace. It's actually inside of one of the mouths of the heads he has on his necklace. It's glowing red.
Okay.
We're gonna need that.
Yeah. Do you think one of you guys can? Because I have the stone. I'm guessing, and you're saying there's a slab, right? Like, is there a place to
Yeah,
place
there's a
these stones
slab
or
to
something?
put them inside, like literally they're
Okay.
carved into the stone.
All right. I think we have to put both of these stones in there. I don't know if we have to do it at the same time. We should probably just try to do that anyway. But
Yeah.
like this ogre's like subdued right now. Like he's chilling, right? So we could make an attempt to just
Try.
grab this
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Any of you particularly?
From her position where she is, if you're like talking about like we can just take this thing from the ogre, you just hear Emily pipe up like, I don't think stealing from it will keep it like super happy though.
Okay. What's the play here then?
Well,
Because
we should attempt to take it, and if
I'm
it
gonna
fights back, I guess we don't have a choice.
pull out 2 of my rations from my backpack.
Ah.
And I'm gonna walk up to the ogre, and with trying to use my hands, I point at the head, or the dice with the head. Okay, that's weird to say. In its mouth, and I try bartering with it, like.
Okay. So
You're trying to like without language barter with the ogre, like give me that for
Yeah.
these rations.
I'd like you to give me a charisma check on a disadvantage.
With disadvantage?
Yes,
Yeah.
with disadvantage. The creature is still hostile to you. It's just standing to your side, but it's still hostile to you.
Holy crap.
What's your AC?
16.
Oh my god.
As you come close to the creature, as you come just near his range, you see his face going bloodshot, and he raises his great club and goes down on your head, hitting you square in the face, very close to hitting you right in the head for a critical hit, extremely close. And you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage from this. And you are just thrown away about like 10 feet, smashing into the other wall.
All right.
You just hear like from sidelong from Emily. Well, he's still on the side of the room, I guess.
I just take it.
So as you try to recover the key to getting out of this room for the ogre, you get bludgeoned to the just thrown to the other side of the room.
Okay, guys, I have one more plan, but I'm gonna be pretty much out of useful things to do if I do this and it doesn't work.
What is it?
I could try and put it to sleep.
I think that like if
How many resources will you have after that?
Like none.
Should we?
You can do me an Arcana check, Elf, as you say that, please.
Oh, sure.
Because you know the capabilities of this spell. You would know that you need to damage the bit. Like, you could put it to sleep, but not at this state. Your spell is not powerful enough to...
Alright, it might be a little bit strong for sleep, never mind.
You can put it, though. You just need to take away some of his HP.
Bit, yeah. What else do I have that I could try and do? I mean, if we want to go the route that we were going to go before, I can weaken it. That's really all I can do.
Does this thing seem intelligent at all, or is it just like a?
So give me a perception check, please.
Okay.
Perception?
You have a perception. I want a perception check for
Perception. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, good. So Emily's kind of looking around as well. Okay, I'll tell you as soon as everybody else does one if you guys are looking around. So Alios.
I'm still trying to get up.
oh you want a perception check out of everyone?
If your character is looking around, trying to figure out a way to get out of this room,
absolutely,
definitely.
All right.
I'm still dazed as I'm getting up, so I won't be doing one.
Okay, just putting some music.
Perception. That's
1d20 plus your
right.
wisdom.
That's right. I see it. Okay.
There we go. So as you look around, you see this in the carvings you saw before. You see this guardian. Like, it's not an ogre. It's an actual, like, you see a knight in full shining armor. And as you look around, you see like pieces and bits of like a former plate armor just destroyed and rusted to a side, a broken blade, and you actually start to see like pieces of that blade are actually just put inside of the club that he has. With that 19, a striking detail, the creature carved on the wall seems to be the exact same size as the ogre, the knight in shining armor.
Busy concentrating with the spell. Can't really do puzzles while spelling, is what I would say about what Emily's currently doing. She may have noticed, but I don't know that there's anything she can really do about it.
Hold on.
While Chris is thinking about it, and Angelus is too, I'm gonna walk up and heal Angelus.
Okay.
Since he got smacked pretty hard.
That is true.
Yeah.
Go on. Give us the heal.
So it says plus my spell thing, so that's my like spell attack modifier.
No, that's just your intelligence because your proficiency doesn't go into it.
Is it intelligence or wisdom? Since
it depends on what your for a cleric is. I think it is wisdom for a cleric. You're right.
So I roll a d8 plus my wisdom.
D8 plus your wisdom. Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
1d8 plus your intelligence modifier. Yeah, you are healed for 7 points of damage. So you currently only have 1 point of damage on you.
9, and I thank him for that.
No problemo.
As he does that, I get up and thinking of what you guys told me earlier, I walk up to the statue and I announce Guardian.
Okay. You announce Guardian, and you see the creatures like the ogre's head looking at you. Not with the same malicious intent he looked at you beforehand.
So he's calmed down a little bit, if I heard that right?
A little bit, you'd say. It's like a flash of recognition in his head.
All right, so I'm like, I see that he's kind of calmed down. I'm like, yes, Guardian, you're the guardian of something, right? And I kind of like, what did you say? We said we saw it. I don't know if my character saw it with the 14.
No, 14 is would not.
Okay, he didn't notice that stuff. Like any of the stuff that you were describing. Shit.
Only me and Emily noticed it.
Yeah, I think so.
Only the 19s noticed it. Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay.
No, it's up to you, Obolus.
Then I'll explain to everyone what I found. Like I wouldn't have any reason to hide anything.
All right, so it was like what? It was like you said there was like an armor, a suit of armor, and then it was like a broken sword, and broken sword were in his club, but you said okay. I'm just trying to get clarification. Exactly.
No problem. Go on.
You said there was like something on the wall that was like the same size as a creature on the wall.
So basically the wall, like going up, as I said, like there's a door standing about 50 feet above.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. On the wall, just where the mage was, like on that wall.
Yeah.
There were carvings, as I said, as Ariost and you saw them.
And
this creature on it seems like a knight in shining armor. Is the same size as the ogre.
Okay, and you said that he's got like, okay, what armor, like what pieces of armor do we, like there's a whole suit of armor like on the ground?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
There is a whole suit of armor that's destroyed, it's rusted away. There's no leather straps anymore, like the leather straps have gone to maggots a long time ago, and the armor itself is rusted.
Like, can we still pick it up, like interact with it?
Oh yeah, yeah, you're picking it up, you're looking at it, it's very big. It's like the shoulder piece for it fits you like your father's helmet when you were young.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can grab this helmet and like if I can start heading towards him and see about like if he'll like gesture like towards like putting it on him.
You start gesturing towards putting it on it.
Like,
are you armoring our enemy?
So you take
I want to see what happens here.
And I want you to give me a advantage charisma check.
I'm like, maybe I'm thinking maybe he'll remember himself or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
At least get the idea we're trying to help instead of hurt him.
Right. So how does the advantage work here? Because
is it you roll 2d20 and take the highest?
You roll 2d20.
You roll
okay.
2d20 and
so
take the highest one.
Roll 2d20, and then just we'll add my advantage to whatever the highest is, or my modifier. Okay. So plus what is my charisma? Plus 3. Let me just make sure I got that typed in right.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
You go near this guy, and he just lets you near. He doesn't smack you, and you put this helmet on his head, and he looks at you with a flash of recognition, and then his eyes kind of go black, and you see a small tear running down his face. You see actual intelligence in his eyes for a couple of seconds. He takes the head where the small stone slab was and gives it to you, and utters in the most broken up common, "Kill, kill," and he gives you the stone slab.
Yes.
Okay.
His
So
hand
I
is
take
shaking.
Okay. So I take the slab, and as fast as I can, with both of these stones, I'm gonna like run up these stairs and try to put them in the slots.
You put him in the slots, and suddenly the door opens, and as you guys just see this, you hear a distant voice screaming, "Kill!" and then a laughter in the background. And you hear the squeals of the ogre as something happens to him. You don't know. You're back in the same room in the tower. And the door that you opened, the one with a straight line, now has a straight red crimson shining light on it. And both of those stones have now disappeared. You still have the small stone slab in your hand right now. The red line is growing. There is a diamond after it, a triangle, and a square.
So, one down, 3 to go.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Poor ogre.
Yeah. I wonder if you wanted us to put him out of his misery at the end there. I wasn't sure.
He may have been put out of his misery.
Right.
That might have been the sound you were hearing.
Right. Well, do you think that there's any significance to this the order on the slab, like the diamond, the triangle, and then the square?
I don't think that there's a significance to the order in which we do them. I think we just do
He
them.
probably would have said something if that were the case.
Although if we go by
something.
number of sides, the line is only 1, and then the triangle is 3, and then the other 2 are both 4 because it's diamond and square.
Right. Well, I did the first one. Does anybody want to do the honors on the second one?
And he said that the line's the most straightforward
You did the
one.
first one? You know how many spells I used to do that?
You know what I mean? I picked it. You know.
Well, they probably just get more complicated as we go.
Emily
Straightforward.
just rolls her eyes and grabs the triangle off the pedestal. We know the first one worked. The second one's going to do the same thing. Takes the triangle, goes to the triangle door.
Okay, so you take the triangle, you go to the triangle door, the door is in front of you. Do you open it?
Yeah.
Okay, you open the triangle door, and suddenly all of your party find yourselves on a road. You are traveling down this road. You know somehow that you're still in the tower, but at the same time not in the tower.
Oh, great. Magic. I love magic.
And you hear a voice booming, laughing.
Oh, this asshole again.
Interesting. And in this section of roads, maybe both take you to the same place, maybe one to death and one to life. Nobody knows, but one's for sure. One always lies and one always tells the truth. Good luck. And he disappears.
Just speaking to the sky in general, because I know the mage is probably gone by now, but just speaking aloud, how often do you practice this speech? How many adventurers come through here that you feel the need to showboat on every point? Do you go through this at night and think, oh yes, that's gonna be really dramatic. Yes, I should do that. Like,
you feel like
even
somebody.
I don't practice that much.
You feel like somebody's nodding in your head, right? You feel like a sense of yes.
yes, I do.
Okay, so
I feel validated.
in front of you, you see 2 small, like, human females looking at you.
Okay.
And Chris, you'd recognize both of these as Succubi.
Oh.
And
okay.
they look at you. Both look exactly the same. Both are standing in front of a fork in the road. One's on the right, and one is on the left. And you know that you need to make it either one way or the other. You know exactly where those roads go. You know one's the good one, one's the bad one. You don't know which is which, and you need to make a choice.
Oh God, I know this, but I don't remember it. Okay.
I mean, everybody knows this.
Yeah.
Whether you remember this or not.
Both of the Succubi speak at
So,
the same time.
what I'm gonna do? Actually, no, Chucky, go ahead. Go ahead.
Both of the Succubi speak at the same time, and they both say, "You only have one question each." And you feel like the game has begun right now. After they say just that.
You only have one question. I would like to cast Friends on the left-hand one.
Okay, so you extend your hand and you try and cast Friends. And roll me.
You need to roll me a wisdom save.
Yeah, no. You see her just doing this, and you just you fly back 20 feet and hit a tree.
Oh gosh. Okay. I remember. We've got to ask.
You take 4 points of temporary bludgeoning damage.
Okay, word of advice, team. Don't cast magic on Occupy.
All right. Well, one of them is going to lie, and one of them is going to tell us the truth. We've got to ask one of them.
We can ask them each one question.
I think we can only ask one question, period. And I think we ask.
Answer. Yeah.
I think only one of them is going to answer, and I think we have to ask one of them if the other one will tell us that that's the right path. You see what I'm saying?
I just had this, just completely out of character. I just had this thing where I was like, we should ask them if they both get to answer a question. And then I was like, wait, that's a question.
Yeah. Then they would have been like, no. You die. Okay. You see what I'm saying here? So
of course, yeah. Okay. If you think you know what to do here.
But hold on. But I'm afraid that even though I get the information we need, I'm still going to make the wrong choice because I
usually solve these things with magic, and it doesn't look like I'm going to get to do that. So.
Okay. So like if let's say the one on the right is lying, and we say, is she going to tell us that that's the right way? I just want to make sure I'm getting my questioning right. If we ask her if this is the right way, if she's telling, and she says, let's say yes, right?
It doesn't give us any information though, because basically what you're saying is you're asking one to tell us whether the other is lying or telling the truth.
But that will reveal, right?
Yeah, but if the one you're asking is lying, they'll say no. And if the one you're asking is telling the truth, it's like they'll say yes or no, or yes or no.
But see, if we ask is lying, and she's like, but it all depends on her answer. You see what I'm saying? So if she says like yes, I think. God,
if she says yes,
if you ask, will the other one tell me, like, if it's the correct way? They'll both say no.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
It should be leading to the same
one
place.
That's lying
is going to want us to go down the wrong path.
They'll say, because is that one going to tell us if that is the right way? They'll say no, because the one that's telling the truth would, so they have to lie, and they'd say no. Right?
Yeah.
And if we ask the one that's telling the truth, will that one tell us which way to go down? They'll say no also.
On that logic, it shouldn't matter which one we ask.
They'll both say no.
As long as we ask about the other one, and then we'll just figure it out from there.
Okay.
Right?
Go.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the left one.
Okay, you're going to ask the left one. What do you ask her?
Will she tell me that her path is the correct path?
So you ask her, would she tell you?
With the right, I'm asking the left demon if and I'm referring to the right demon. So will this right demon tell me that her path is correct? Will she tell me the right path is the way to live?
She looks at you and says, no.
Okay.
And then suddenly your whips are just sealed.
Oh, I can't contribute.
Do they both answer, or do they not both answer?
No, only one of them answers.
Oh.
Because he put the questions to both of them, or to one of them, and the two demons now look at the others and say, one question each. If you fail, your friend dies, and all of you. Your souls are tasty. And you feel like this creature's essence mingling with yours. Chris, sorry, completely forgot your character name. Zerk.
Yeah. Can I still move? I just can't talk, right?
You can move, you can do whatever, you just can't talk, but you feel like your spirit being overtaken by something more powerful.
Oh gosh, okay, so not good. Not again.
Kind of like that. That's why I'm telling you, because you felt this before.
Not again.
Okay. Let me figure this out.
I don't actually know how to solve this.
I'm like trying to, like, I can't speak it. I'm trying to figure it out and then trying to gesture.
You can. I will let you, like, you can still talk to your party, but
Okay.
like you need to write down. Like you basically need to write down everything. I'm
All
guessing
right,
one of you has parchment and guessing the origin person has parchment and pen. Cleric? Do you have parchment and pen on you? With those scores back, you would. Yeah.
Thanks.
So yeah, you can start. You can start thinking, like writing them down.
She tell me the answers. Okay. Let me think for a second. The one on the left.
And we know that the one on the right will say no to her path being safe, but that doesn't actually tell us anything, because if she's telling the truth, then it's not safe, and if she's lying, it is. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know either way. That is what information we have so far.
Well, you guys are allowed to ask another question, though, right?
Yeah.
We're each allowed one.
You're each allowed one. Okay, so let's
Technically, we have 3.
let's use the information we have. The one I asked, let's say she's telling the truth, right? She's telling the truth. Like that's absolute.
Are
Okay.
we under the assumption that
We're just under the assumption this is absolute. Like she's telling the truth.
That the one on the left is?
Yeah, the one on the left is. That
Okay.
means that
Okay.
the girl on the right will say no, but she's lying. That means she's lying. So that means the correct path would be the left. Am I right? In that situation, the
'Cause
correct path would be the left.
So what we did is we asked the left one, will the other one tell us that their path is the correct path? That's the question we asked, right?
Yes, and
she
then the
said
right-
no.
So
Yes.
it should be the right path if the one on the right is lying.
Yes, because she would be lying because the other one's telling the truth. We're just assuming
Yeah, so under
that
that
means-
assumption,
left is correct,
the
right?
right is correct. Because you asked the left if the right
yeah,
path.
I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Right is correct. Sorry. See, I got mixed up. Yeah. Okay, so let's go on the other path now. Let's say she's lying, okay? And we said let's assume she's the liar now, the one on the left. Is she going to tell us the path on the right is the correct one? And she said no, but she's the liar, right?
So what you're saying is
Now.
we should ask the one on the right if the one on the left will tell us something.
We might not have to. I think both paths, I think right is the correct path.
We can't know that from the information we have. Like,
I think we can, right?
it's
So
I mean,
Okay,
if we want to do another, we have 3 other questions, so we can do what we can to, like, we can test it. Like,
So-
you know what I'm saying? We can try to get stronger.
So we asked the one on the left, will the one on the right tell us if that is the correct path, if it is the correct path?
Just is it the correct path?
And
Because
then,
we both know.
so that means if we just asked the one on the right, is your path the correct path? What would they say? Will that answer tell us if they're lying or not?
Well,
Oh, that's a good point, because we asked the left what the right would say. So if we ask the right what they're going to say,
It'll contradict them.
you're right. Okay,
Right.
okay, yeah.
So it's it's either if it contradicts them or if it goes in sync.
So one of us has to ask that question.
So she said, the one on the left said, the one on the right will tell us if that's the right path. And she said, no, they won't.
They won't tell you.
So that means if we ask them, they will say yes, right? If the one on the left is a liar.
Yes.
But if the one on the right is a liar, she'll say yes anyway,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is it
That's what it sounds like to me. I like what you're saying is completely reasonable.
okay? Because I was just trying to deduct what questions we can ask where we will get contradicting answers if they're telling the truth or not. So if we ask the one on the right if it is the correct path or not, they will say yes no matter what, even if they're lying or telling the truth.
I think so. Yes. Yeah. I think you're correct.
Yeah. With that question, we can discern which one is correct.
Okay, so what do you do?
Think for a few more hours.
I think one of you guys should ask the one on the right if that's the correct path, but I think it's the right path. If I had to go, like, choose now, I would take the right path. but I don't want to die.
So we can ask them any question we want.
Do we have to ask them individually, or can we ask them like?
You can ask both of them at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Can we ask literally any question we want?
Yeah,
You don't know?
We only have one. We only have
Chucky.
one.
You don't know?
Like, does it have to do with the path?
How
can
do
we
you
ask
confirm? I mean, you don't know. I mean,
So-
basically
so
you have been
let's
told
say
what you have been told. You can
If
avoid what
we
you
ask them a question that does not pertain with the path and they answer it, then we'll assume we can ask them any question, correct?
I guess.
Because let's say I hold up 2 fingers and go up to one and say, "Am I holding up 2 fingers?"
I think that would count as your question.
But then if they say yes, I am, then they're telling the truth.
That's true.
And if they say no, then they're lying.
That's a
Right.
good point.
That's a good point. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I really like that.
But
So do it to the one on the
I
left,
really like that.
and we'll know.
It doesn't matter who you do it to, because whoever you ask will reveal it.
yeah, I mean, we could ask them a question like, are you the one standing right here? If they say yes, then they're
Well,
telling
I
the
mean, we can find out,
You
right?
know, that's why I'm asking if they have to be about that.
Well, you know what? We have enough questions to
We have enough questions to field it if we want to
Yeah.
field it.
Okay, so what do you do?
let's go for it.
Okay, if we're gonna do that, I'll
You
walk up
should-
to
Okay.
what? No, any ideas? What?
No, I was just gonna say, like, are you sharing that idea with the party? Because I think,
Yes. Oh yes.
I was gonna say I think you're actually better at this than me, and Emily would volunteer to do the question if you want to like keep thinking about the next one, because she won't be able to contribute after that, right?
We can write, like you know, like we can talk, like we can still communicate, like we can still talk. It's assumed we're writing. We just can't pose any more questions.
Yeah, exactly. Because Chris can't talk.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay,
like,
that's true. Never
you
mind.
see what I'm
Go
saying?
ahead.
Like, I
doing
can,
that, so
yeah, I'm
the
like
only
right now.
Chris
I'm writing
can
with you
talk.
guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm conveying like my thoughts, but I can't pose a question.
So how do
Emily,
you go?
if you want to go ask a ridiculously straightforward question,
Okay,
like, is there 4 of us in our party?
I'm on it. I'm not gonna ask that because that could be construed in a different way. I'm gonna ask something that is impossible. What is it impossible to work around? Let's see. The holding up fingers one works. Like, I just like, you know. Emily goes up like this and she says, "Am I holding up 2 fingers?"
As
to
you
the
say
left
that,
hand?"
you like see a smile cross over her face, and the other one smiles as well. Oh, we're smart on, don't we? And you see her motion going up, and you just fly 20 feet and straight into a tree.
Okay, you can only ask about that.
God.
And
I had to try.
what happens is you take 2 more temporary bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
Your mouth is now soon closed, and Chris, your character now cannot see anymore. You feel like the needle going through your eye and just shutting it closed.
Oh god. Oh, shit.
Emily's like moaning, would be moaning and groaning, but she can't actually speak. So it's like,
Help! I think it's the right path. Damn it! Ask about the path.
okay. I leave it to our esteemed party members who know what they're talking about.
Yeah, you can
I
still
have no
communicate
idea.
as in writing. Zerk has completely gone mute and blind right now. So if you can
So
find
can I-
any way of, you can still heal your body, so you can still gesture. But for now on, Zerk, you can't talk, so you actually have to gesture on cam, and we'll try and make out what you want to say.
Nice.
Yeah.
You can, because the cam is mirrored, you can say I'm pointing right now.
I'm pointing right. I'm pointing right.
Okay. What do you guys think?
So we can't
write
ask them
down.
questions that do not pertain to the pathways. We have to ask.
It
about-
seems that way.
Okay, so Unfortunately, I think that first question didn't. We would have gotten the same answer from both.
Yeah.
So we have 2 questions left.
What about if you asked both of them something at the same time where they would contradict each other? Or where they would agree?
I don't know.
Because if one lies and one tells the truth all the time, then what would they agree on? Maybe something to do with each other? Because, like, if one's always going to point right because that's the true way, and one's always going to point left because that's the false way.
Because if we ask one of them which way is the correct way, and it's telling the truth, they'll say the correct one.
The thing is, if you ask which way is the correct way, both of them are going to go like that.
Yeah, so we won't
Right? Which doesn't help us.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is we need to ask which way would
if we ask one of them, so say I go, I'm not doing this. Let's say I go to the left one and say, which pathway would they point to if I asked which way is the right way?
But again, that doesn't help. What if you did that, but you asked both of them at the same time? Because saying which way would they point only informs us.
So to be honest, we can't think of right to left because that's irrelevant. We have to think about the one who's telling the truth and the one who's lying.
Yeah.
So if I ask the one who is lying, none of these.
We need them to both point the same way, basically.
If I ask the one who is lying, which way would the other one point to? If I ask them which way is the right way. So if I say to the one that is lying, and the right path is the correct path, and the left path is wrong, death, and I say to the left one, which one would the one on the right say was the correct way? If the correct way is right, and that person's telling the truth, the one who is lying would say the one that is evil, would say the bad one, because he would lie to us. So the one on the right would say left is the correct way. And if we go to the one that is telling the truth and we say which one would they tell us is the way to freedom, they would lie also and also point to the left, right? Is that right? Or is that wrong?
Emily, you can hear, Zerk, you can hear, so like all of you can hear this. Like, does anybody respond in any way?
I'm like, I think so.
I think if you ask both of them at the same time which way the other way.
Actually, it doesn't matter which one's right or wrong. They would both point to the one that's bad. They would both point to the bad door. So regardless of who's telling truth, we know that the one that they do not point at is the correct path.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. We just have to get one. Okay, so I go to the one on the left, and I say, if the one on the right, which one would the one on the right point to if we asked them which was the correct way? So which one would they tell us is the correct path?
It's not going to work.
You ask this, and she points towards the road behind her, on the road on the left, and your lips grow shut. And one more, and the feast is ours. Emily, your eyes.
You have to ask both at the same time. It doesn't work if
Emily,
no, because they would both.
You are now mute, and you are now blind. Zerk, you are now deaf.
Zerk, so I'm pointing to the other path.
Like you right now, you are feel in a singularity, and you feel as these creatures devour parts of your soul.
Oh my god. Oh god, I'm just like moaning quietly. Like
okay, so just to go real fast to what just happened. First you asked the one on the left if the one on the right would tell you where the right path was, and she said no. Now the second question was one that got you thrown into a tree, and the third question was would the one on the which way would the one on the right point
to
if you asked where the right way is?
And one of them would lie no matter what. We would
one
get
of them
one
tells
lie
the
out of
truth.
it, which means the one they
And
point
this
to
one
is a lie.
Points towards her back, like exactly the road behind her. So the road on the left is being pointed.
So the one on the right is the way that we need to go because there's only one lie out of no matter which.
You can speak and you can see. You can speak. Sorry, you can speak. Chodrick, you are the only one still fully normal.
I'm reading what he's writing, and
the one that they did not point to is the way that we need to go. Trust me.
Okay, I trust him. We've been adventuring for a while. I grabbed the two that can't see or hear, and I'm just kind of guiding them down the path.
As you guys go down the path, the chief succubi grow wings and start flying towards you, fangs out, flying towards Zerk, and then suddenly they're hit by a gigantic wall of nothing. They go down on the ground, and you hear in your background, and squelches and like begs for mercy. And then suddenly, you're back in the room.
Yes.
On the tablet, Zerk, you have the triangle is now growing.
That was scary.
Good job.
Good job. You did it. You did it. You started. The one on the left was always lying, and the one on the right was always telling the truth.
Word up.
There we go.
I'm still traumatized from that. Okay, how do I feel? Do I still feel like those parts of my soul that were eaten?
They were eaten. Like there is something of you missing, right? Or you feel hollow on the inside.
I'm glad I didn't get that far.
God.
Yeah, you just got to the part where you felt them intruding in your body, But Zerk, you now feel like parts of you have now disappeared. You don't know how. You can roleplay this however you want. But parts of you that were there before have now disappeared.
I don't know. I guess right now, just going through the shock of it all, I just kind of feel worn out and just kind of empty, like a shell, you know? As for how that would affect stats and stuff, maybe I just feel like I want to go home, you know?
Yeah. On the stone tablet, you still have the diamond and the square.
And the triangle is now growing. The
square is next, and then the triangle, then the diamond.
Okay.
So, room number 3.
Halfway there.
Yep. I grab.
I'm a bard, so I feel okay about going, oh, we're halfway there.
That's our marching song.
Okay, so you guys go towards, who grabs the
Just pick a door, damn it. Anything.
Yeah, I grab
At this point, get me out of here.
Grab the diamond and head towards the diamond door.
Okay, you head towards the diamond door, and the diamond door isn't actually open. And as you go towards the diamond door, you see the diamond door trying to start to ignite on the stone tablet, but not happening. It's as if something's not right.
Do we have to do the other one first then?
Get on is beforehand.
Probably.
Just putting that out there. It's Rhine, triangle, square, diamond.
And which one did we just go to?
You
Diamond.
just did the.
We just did triangle.
And then we just
You
went
finished
up to-
triangle, and now you went to the
We
diamond.
went
The
up to
diamond's not
diamond,
opening.
and it's
Then let's go to square.
Yeah.
You go to a square. You open the door, and you find yourself in a gigantic Colosseum. There is nobody in it. Dust is just settling, but in the middle, suddenly as you look, you see a big stone table, very big. And then you see a Minotaur. Everybody can recognize the Minotaur when you see one. Sitting at a chair. On the other side of the chair, there are 4 seats arrayed for you, smaller than the ones he has. As you look down, you see that's weird. Everything is black and white. There's squares of black and squares of white arrayed on the ground, and the Minotaur is sitting at a chair, and in front of him there's a small table.
Emily wonders out loud, oh, hey, I wonder when that wizard is going to chime in again. He should be around here somewhere right about now if my evil villain senses. There we go. Right on cue.
Now the game of games, the game of time, the game always done before and the game always done after. Good luck, I don't need to explain everything. My friend over there will take care of everything. He will smash your skulls or play a game with you. And the voice just disappears.
I mean, I'm more partial to games than skull smashing, but...
I mean, I don't like playing games, but I'd rather do that than get my skull smashed as well. I just start sauntering over to the table.
Yeah.
And just kind of, I don't, I just look, I check out these seats for, I kind of like look at everything before I take a seat, but.
Yeah, you see, like, this is the Minotaur, like.
Okay. Oh, he ain't so tough. Oh, never mind.
No, he is severely bigger than you. Like,
he was really far away at first. That's what I assumed. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go towards him at the table, and in front of him, he's standing at a chess table, and he bids you, sit down.
I take a seat.
Yeah, I take a seat as well.
It's a pretty polite Minotaur.
The rules of the game are simple. You need to beat me, and you go next. If you don't beat me, I crush you.
Do we all have to beat you one at a time?
No, he shakes his head and says, at the same time, I'll explain. You all take one piece, and that's you. The king controls all the peons. Well, all the other party members need to choose another piece.
Okay, and we're sitting on the side with the white pieces?
You're sitting on the side with the white pieces, yes.
Okay. Which pieces do you guys want?
Well, who's good with chess because of...
I mean, we definitely want someone being the queen.
He extends you the piece of parchment, like telling you the rules again. Like anybody who takes the king is going to control the peons, and the last piece that is not controlled by a player. The rest of the players have to choose between the bishop, the rock, the knight, and the queen. You can change in between during the game. You control both of the pieces. Like a bishop controls both bishops, but you need to actually be in the game, and you need to choose one piece. Every turn you can change around to another piece if you want to. Like for example, if you choose to be the black bishop this turn, you are the black bishop. And you can still control the white bishop by still being the black bishop. But if you want to change, you need to declare it at the end, like the start of the next turn.
Hold on, we can play the other side.
I'm not really sure what you mean, Chucky. Like,
easy.
Are we basically picking pieces to control?
No, you're picking pieces to be. You are taking part of this game physically.
Oh, okay.
As you stand at this table, you see the gigantic pieces appearing behind you and in front of you. Black in front of you.
Oh, okay. All
white
right,
behind you. And these pieces control the bigger ones. And whoever you choose to be, you take the side of physically. You are a bishop. And you can change to be the other color of bishop at the start of the next turn.
Okay.
So someone's the king and they control all the pawns.
They control the pawns and the piece that has not been chosen by the party.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's about to say, because there will be one left over.
Yeah, the king will control
that one.
On our
turn, we can choose to move one of the ones that we already are, or the one that is still empty, and then we switch to that one.
Question is, who's playing what? I mean, we're only gonna get one move a turn anyway, so it doesn't.
Right. I mean, I know how to play chess. But,
same. Like I can.
Right. But I'm not really that great.
The person that goes first has to be either the knight, or the king. Right. And I recommend the king. We should move a pawn first.
Right.
Well, I'll take the knights.
All right. I can go king. I'll do that.
Okay.
Are we able to discuss our moves?
You are able to discuss your move with each other, yes.
Cool. Okay.
Now I'm gonna bring in.
It's just a collaborative game of chess, like in terms of we can work together as a team, but we have pieces that are more valuable because we don't want to get.
And as you pick your pieces, you feel some kind of it's weird. It's as if you have started a game, but at the same time, some type of understanding that this is not an ordinary chess game. Please move your tokens wherever you want what you want to be that turn.
Okay.
Okay. You just be on that token and you move both of them at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. Just
Okay,
move your tokens
gotcha.
on.
I'll go ahead and be rook.
So if I'm going to be playing the pawns, I would move the pawn that I'm.
Okay.
No, I think you can stay on
No,
the king.
you can stay on the king. The king
Okay.
controls all the pawns.
You stay on the king, but you get to move the pawns.
And as you go into the game, you realize something. Wait, as you move, you see that your pawns are all. They all seem to have resistances. They have weapons in hand. They're shaped like humans, and they are ready for the fight. And you realize this is no simple game of chess. Each piece taken will be a fight. It won't be just simply taken.
Oh wow! Awesome.
And
Okay.
with this, we can take a small break and we'll come back and see how the party deals with the next
Oh
puzzle.
no, it's chess with RNG.
It's good. I like it.
See you guys on the
Awesome.
other side.
All right, cool. I'm gonna